Day listeners, and welcome to Hit Me Up Podcast, the podcast that talks about your stories.
And your tea
that would give us inspirational lessons.
To be heard.
This is Christine.
This is James.
This is Zaballero.
This is RK.
And this did.
And we are your hosts of this podcast. Hit me up!
Hi everyone. How are you all today?
Hi teen, I'm totally fine. Always having a great day because I was blessed by waking up every day. How about you guys?
For me, I just wanted to say to you guys, I'm happy to see you all again, and as always, I do my daily routine, waking up early, eating breakfast, then having a bath, then going to work.
Oh, well, I am also great because we have a new episode and also new guests that we are excited to hear their stories. Are you guys also excited? Well, then...
So before that, we would like to acknowledge our sponsors.
McDonald's, love ko to. Lola Remedios, supplement syrup is your all-natural just right. Remedios Lamig. And Shawarma Shop, the first and the original buy one take one shawarma in the Philippines.
Thank you for your hard support to our team. We are grateful for our sponsoring our podcast.
So, yesterday we talked about how we ended up with our works today. Let's reminisce our moments before we get here. Did you all remember what happened yesterday?
Yeah. For me, I remember how I myself graduated way back 2020 and I also did my very best to take part of this podcast. I gave effort to pass all the requirements needed for this work. So, yeah, luckily look where am I now. I'm genuinely happy working with you all guys. And I want to share also that I work hard to be a great podcaster today. So to all aspiring podcasters, make your goals and reach for it. Don't give up and you'll be successful someday.
Going back for today's episode, have you guys experienced discrimination?
Yes, we did. We are all inevitable to experience this situation because we are in the Philippines, where people will judge you easily.
Sure it is. Because I've been also discriminated by my appearance. And it was a downfall for me. Because they didn't know who I am. But they stared at me like I'm a criminal. It is unacceptable for me how they kill me with their eyes staring at me.
Aww, I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Christine.
Moving on guys, we're going to talk about discrimination at work. And we have invited a guest. So, stay tuned listeners. Let's wait for a bit and you will meet her later on.
Hey guys, just want to ask you for our dear listeners. What are your insights about having discriminated at work? Like, for me, discrimination is treating other person unfairly and judging them as a whole person.
I think discrimination is mistreating others pertaining to the race, gender, culture, and etc. And it's very hard to discriminate someone you don't know personally, right?
I agree with that. It's really very bad to discriminate someone you don't really know personally.
So, before we continue to our new episode, last time was a blast. We learned that safety protocols must be followed everywhere we eat, huh? Something such as wearing face masks and face shield and having social distancing is a great help for preventing the bacteria and viruses infect you.
Oh yes, we sure do now. Especially at this time of pandemic, it is strictly to must follow this kind of protocols. And to prevent a close contact to other people you aren't aware of she or he is ill.
Wait. I just wanted to let you guys know that, well, last time it brings back fun we had or we shared with our listeners here.
Now, I remember again when Dieter shared his story about that restaurant.
Oh, If you want to hear it again, you can follow us in Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit me up!
And here we go! Another episode and another info that we will share to our listeners.
Let's hear it. Hit me up.
Now after hearing that, let us welcome here Mr. King Albert Panim.
Good day, Mr. Panim. Well, good morning to you and to our listeners again. Let's welcome him, listeners.
Good morning, and it's a pleasure to have you here with us, Mr. King.
Me too. Thank you for inviting me here today.
Let me first tell you guys that Mr. Panim has a good name, huh?
I would feel superior also if I had that name. Like Superman. Lol.
I agree to you, Mr. Twazan. Imagine having a name like King. You would feel superior, especially with your siblings, and anywhere you go.
So, Mr. Panim, how are you this past few months since the lockdown came? And how do you cope up with your daily routine? I guess you're having a good time with your family. Spending more time to them that relieves your stress. Also, I hope you are in good terms with dealing your problems.
Hi, Miss RK. Well, we're fine and still adjusting to the new normal, which all of us didn't expect to happen. We practically do what is needed to do to survive this pandemic. To be honest, I'm scared to this pandemic, but I know God will protect me from the virus. As the lockdown came, we are happy to see each other completely and make more fun and bond with each other that we aren't usually done before this pandemic occur, but so it's happened some things are not allowed to do, but we make more fun now and see each other improvement.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Mr. Panim. Now, we are going to tackle our main point, the discrimination at work.
We are now ready. Okay, let's hear it from Mr. King. Hit me up, Mr. King.
Hello and good morning again, guys. I am glad to be here. I really do. To start, I have experienced getting discriminated at work because of my skin color and because of I am just trying to be me. They tease me and the way they are stare at me like will eat me whole because I have a bad color. Also, they treat me as trash. They always assume I don't take bath. And that's not even true because I'm responsible with my personal hygiene. Why do they need to treat me like that in work? I can see what is wrong with my skin color. But all I know that I am working hard for the people around me and for my family to support their need. I'm just a simple guy. So yeah.
It's really sad to hear that, Mr. King. I'm very sorry.
Oh, I see. It's sad to hear it from you, Mr. Panim. It's very difficult also for me experience discrimination with my skin. I'm mad at those people who discriminated you.
I'm also mad. Why do people always see wrong in you? I mean, you didn't even know them. Why do they have to judge your skin? They aren't perfect, and no one is perfect. Like, they should see their faces in mirror before judging others. I want also to add that colorism is a hot issue in the Philippines today, and in other countries like America. There is a video in TikTok that called out many influencers to do with it, and what's their opinion regarding to that issue? Because someone called out our color in the Philippines is like a poop. Like, yeah, it's totally true, and I can see wrong there, but the way she mocked our skin is as morena and moreno, it was too offensive because her skin is somehow white, but that's not an excuse to insult the color of Filipinos, as she is also a Filipino. Toxic beauty standard is being tolerated today. That you have to change your skin to be considered beautiful, the fact that that's not all could afford to take up surgeries. That's totally insane. I don't get it, like why others are influenced by the social media to make a standard that you would be get conscious and jealousy. That why do they just be contented what they have because it was given by God? Aren't they thankful? I just want to say that being Moreno and Morena is we should be proud of because it was our color and pertaining to be a citizen of Filipino as a sign of what our ancestor left us. So yeah, we should stop colorism and stop using N-words. We aren't called to say these things, but we are just offending others that could trigger their anxiety and overthinking.
I agree with that, Mr. Twazan. There is no need to feel shame for your own skin color. And in addition to that, we all know that being black here in the Philippines is not enough. That is why many Filipinos is trying hard to get a whiter skin. And whiter skin looks more attractive to them. Because whiter skin means cleaner and also more attractive to many Filipinos.
Not even a one bit, but that you should also ashamed of. Instead, be proud always. Hello, this is our skin. We are Asians, and we have unique skins, right? And it's good to hear that Mr. King Panim loves himself and appreciates his own skin color. I salute to you, Mr. King, for being brave.
We are so proud. We really are. Even if our skin color is black or brown, we are still proud of our skin color because it represents us. It doesn't really matter what our skin color is. What really matters is our true attitude towards the others.
Oh, thank you guys. It's been long since I heard someone that they appreciated me.
You do not have to thank us actually. These praises is what you need and deserve to hear. We are all God's creation, so be yourself always and confident. Keep slaying!
Yes, yes, you don't have to thank us, Mr. King, but take all of this as your motivation to be a better person always. Thank you for sharing us your story.
How did you manage the situation, Mr. Panim? What did you do after you've been discriminated?
What I did when I experienced discrimination in my job, I chose to ignore them. I work harder for myself and focus at work. Instead of being angry, I understand that there are people who will pull me down. I always think that I know myself more than others. That time, I was very shy and I did not know I would do those harsh. I felt I was stressed, but I just forced myself to go to work. I also look for things to have fun after that.
Wow, Mr. Panim, we are so proud of you. You've been so strong for too long. We are just so proud.
So, Mr. Panim, with all the experience you had, what would you like to advise to our dear listeners?
I hope my story helps me too to motivate other people who are also experiencing discrimination in their work, and be strong. Ignore the negative people in your surroundings.
Thank you for that wonderful advice for our listeners. Did you heard what he said? That when you are experiencing discrimination, you need to be strong and ignore the negative people in your surroundings who set your mind to be a negative thinker. You have to be brave to fight it all.
Now, let's listen to the music. Hit me up.
You're right, Patrick. After listening to Mr. King's story, let us now listen to this song, Invisible, by Hunter Hayes.
Oh, this is my favorite. I remember when I feel lonely and stressed, but after hearing this song, my mood changes.
We really are the same, huh? Hit me up!
Crowded hallways are the loneliest places. for outcasts and rebels, or anyone who just dares to be different. And you've been trying for so long to find out where your place is, but in their narrow minds there's no room for anyone who dares to do something different. Oh, but listen for a minute. Trust the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. Those words cut deep, but they don't mean you're all alone. And you're not invisible. Hear me out. There's so much more to life than what you're feeling now. Someday you'll look back on all these days, and all this pain is gonna be invisible. All invisible. So your confidence is quiet. To them quiet looks like weakness, but you don't have to fight it, 'cause you're strong enough to win without a war. Every heart has a rhythm. Let yours beat out so loudly that everyone can hear it. Yeah, I promise you don't need to hide it anymore. Oh, and never be afraid of doing something different. You dare to be something more. Just the one who's been where you are, wishing all it was sticks and stones. Yeah, the words come deep, but they don't mean you're all alone. And you're not invisible. Hear me out. There's so much more to this life than what you're feeling now. And someday you'll look back on all these days, and all this pain is gonna be invisible. These labels that they give you are just 'cause they don't understand. If you look past this moment, you'll see you've got a friend waving a flag for who you are and all you're gonna do. Yeah, so here's to you, and here's to anyone who's ever felt invisible. And you're not invisible. Hear me out. There's so much more to life than what you're feeling now. Yeah, someday you'll look back on all these days, and all this pain is gonna be invisible. It'll be invisible.
And we are back. That was a teary song to hear. I always play this song whenever I'm alone sometimes. It helped me a lot to realize that all problems and pain would be invisible someday. Just always fight and fight.
That will always be a good but heartwarming song. It's also good in ears. I really love to listen to this kind of vibe.
To be honest guys, it's a good thing I listened to that music again. It brings back memories especially when I was down and the hardships. It just brings back memories, and it is sad.
I remembered suffering from anxiety and stress, and I felt related to that song too much.
I also had.
Good thing we are there to save you, right? Oh, we love you, RK.
After all, we all experience being discriminated even though we are just trying to help a patient or serve for the others.
Listening to you guys makes you all sound so sweet. I wish I could be with a group of friends like you guys. Last time, I have been with a friend like this kind of sweetness during my elementary and high school days. It sure brings back good memories.
Don't worry, Mr. King. We can be your friend. It may sound weird, but you are already now our friend. Just don't hesitate to call on us and talk about life.
It makes me sad hearing the story from Mr. King. He is just too kind to feel pressure and get discriminated at work.
Thank you for that, Mr. Twazon. Now, let us all go back to Mr. King. Hit me up. Actually, we all experience being discriminated, even though we are just trying to help someone or a patient which is in need too. It's just like Mr. King.
This is a type of problem why other employees are forced to resign or live in their work. It's sad to feel that way, but if I would experience that situation, I would probably fight back because I have to make a stand on my own. This is me, hello. Don't you dare pull me down because I will always stand.
I love the fighting spirit, RK. It's good to hear how will you cope up with the situation. Maybe I will also do the same. Let's just ignore the pressure and anxiety it gives us. So all we need to do is to cheer up to one another so it gives us self-confidence and self-boost.
A big respect for Mr. King. He is stayed strong after experiencing discrimination even at work. An advice for everyone out there listening to us: never feel embarrassed easily about yourself and being true to yourself. If you think you have been harassed or discriminated against because of your disability or the disability of someone you know, the first step is to try to resolve the issue with the other person or persons.
Do not get revenge or fight back too much to others. Just make a sweet revenge, not tolerating physical revenge or anything, but just make a move that won't hurt them physically, because that could lead you to harassment. Instead, if the discrimination or harassment is happening in the workplace, discuss the issues with your employers. Many employers have a complaints procedure or a disability contact officer, usually within the human resources department, who can discuss workplace problems and concerns with you. This may help, guys.
Actually, for me guys, I just wanted to say that love yourself and also love the others. And of course, do not get easily distracted with words by others about you. Never. Don't get easily distracted, guys. And most importantly, always keep moving forward.
Do not be bothered easily and feel anxious about your physical appearance. Learn to love yourself and you will find true happiness. Get that, listeners?
Stand up. You are unique on your own. Don't let others pull you down. Don't give up because all your work would be paid someday. Just never let the others make you feel unworthy, because when you know your worth, you won't feel worthless. Now, let us listen to this song. This is me from the movie The Greatest Showman.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching up to the beat I drum. To the beat I step, to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Whenever the words wanna cut me down, I send the blood to drown them out. This is me.
We are now back, and let me tell you this. I missed that movie very much. I remember the chills. I remember how happy I was after hearing and watching The Greatest Showman.
Always is just good to listen to their OST. I really love that movie because they tackle the uniqueness of a person, how they must be treated fairly, that they could also be entertainers that will make others feel comfortable with their appearance.
Well, guys, listen. I would like also to share to you that I also experienced being discriminated at work when I was on college. I was a waitress to a restaurant that time, and it happened to me that I've been discriminated by not receiving the right amount of salary. I must be paid to my job content because I'm a girl. That time, I felt unequal and unfair treatment because I'm a hardworking person. So, I should be paid the right amount of salary substantially equal to my job.
It's sad to hear that there are companies who mistreat their employees by not being fair with their salary and including the gender equality.
Hey guys, I know a law that is protecting this kind of situation, the Equal Pay Act. Under the Equal Pay Act, women gain some protection against pay discrimination. The act forbids for employers from paying higher wages to men with equal experience in the same area.
I agree. But in my opinion, gender equality means that workers, regardless of whether they are woman or a male, they can access and enjoy the same benefits, services, and opportunities in their workplace.
I agree to you, Zaba. So, team, you are now equally treated that you deserve to have. And yeah, thanks for sharing your experience to us.
Thank you. I'm now happy with where I am now, and not bothered by others because this is me.
Well, listeners, another final song that we should listen to. Are you ready, guys?
This is Fight Song by Rachel Platten.
Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing sleep. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. I say I'm in too deep. And it's been 2 years, I miss my home, but there's a fire burning in my bones. Still believe, yeah, I still believe. And all those things I didn't say were wrecking balls inside my brain. I will scream, I'm loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. A lot of fight left in me. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Starting right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I've still got a lot of fight left in me.
So, that's it guys. Fight Song by Rachel Platten. I really love this song. It's about what life is all about. It also taught me what am I going to do in this unfair world, and it is to fight. Never giving up to those challenges, let it show. And don't scare to show who you are, because you are just you. And it will never be changed no matter what.
Thank you, Tin. Let's now end for today's episode of Hit Me Up. Thank you, listeners, for still tuning to our podcast. So, for another episode, we are to talk about toxic family culture. I know some of you guys also experience this toxicity in your family inside home. So, stay tuned, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Tuazon. But let's talk about that for tomorrow with our new episode. Cause let me tell you guys, we have another to talk about for tomorrow. Stay tuned with us for more, listeners.
So, stay tuned and listen to us again for tomorrow. If you want to hear today's episode, you can follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit me up! Well then, that's all. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Hit me up!
Thank you for listening with us today, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone, and have a good day.
Well, thank you and listen to us again tomorrow, guys. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you and goodbye, listeners.
Thank you, Mr. King, and thank you to our listeners. Goodbye!
We would like also give thanks to our lovely sponsors who are always there to support us and trust us. McDonald's, love ko to. Lola Remedios, Supplement Syrup is your all-natural, just right. Remedios Salamig. And Shawarma Shop, the first and the original buy one take one shawarma in the Philippines. Thank you for listening, our dear listeners. Thank you for being part of our family. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your support. And especially, thank you for your donations from the retired Hit Me Up stuff. Have a great day and keep listening.